What's up, everybody? I'm Bobby Nuggs, and you're tuned in to Carrying the Torch podcast, where we highlight the past blazed by visionaries and pioneers from all walks of life. Today's an incredibly special episode. We have a dear friend of mine in the house, actually on a Zoom call, but we always love that. My man, Pat Roach, the Cheeseburger Walrus. How are you today, my brother?
I'm doing good. I'm doing good. We're getting some snow flurries here actually in good old Halifax, Nova Scotia, and that's the way it is. March, you get some days where all of a sudden there's no snow, and then boom, you get hit out of the blue, and you just don't. Winter's not gone yet here, right? So
Yeah, it's we got the biggest blizzard since the blizzard of 78 here in New England, maybe a month and a half ago. The blizzard of
oh,
78 was our largest blizzard we've ever had on record for 35, 40 years. And we just beat it by a couple inches. We got like almost 27 or 28 inches of snow in one day.
wow,
It
that's
was
a
brutal.
lot.
It's all gone now, but it feels good that spring's kind of just peeking over the horizon, you know?
That's
And you'll be kind of
yeah,
going on tour right when things will be heating up back home. So, and you just got
that's
back from
just it.
vacation, right?
Yeah, yeah. I just went down to a little place called Curacao, one of the
Yeah.
ABC islands. Beautiful little spot, I must say. I even got my little cup here, Curacao cup.
Yeah, I know.
Drinking some
I've
coffee.
never heard of it. That's I saw a lot of your footage. It looked like a gorgeous place.
Yeah, it's Dutch, right? The cheese there is unbelievable. But
Oh,
everyone was really nice, and the weather was perfect. Rented a little car and drove all over the whole island and went
sweet.
snorkeling. And yeah, I saw like big sea turtles and a little octopus and all these other types of fish. It was just unbelievable.
Yeah, I
So
love that.
yeah, yeah, check it
And
out
caught a
if you
little bit
ever
of a
been.
tan. You look good, my
Uh,
brother.
a little bit of a tan, yeah, but it goes quick once you get back to the
Once you
snow.
get
So
back to the snow.
yeah, yeah.
Well, we'll keep warming things up, man. Let's get right into it. I kind of want to jump things off by kind of talking about your early life and acting journey. You know what I mean? Before acting, really, what was your career? Is acting something you always been interested in?
We always liked sort of messing around with video cameras
Yeah.
and liked comedy and whatnot. Um, and I'm old, not old. I'm older. I don't feel that old, but I mean, I
Yeah.
just turned 57. And back in the early days when we started filming, it was no phones or smartphones. It was all just video cameras, Sony camcorders and such. And one of our friends, well, the director Mike Clattenburg, he was in the business for real. Like he went to school down in the valley, television and broadcasting school, and then he got jobs for the community channel, but then started working for CBC, which is the big Canadian broadcasting corporation, and doing directing for that. So he's the guy that got us into using better cameras and what I really don't think any of us thought that we were ever going to be actors. We all
Yeah.
had full-time jobs.
Yeah.
Rob, who plays Ricky, he was selling like the tubs and toilets and sinks from a company called Max. I was working for a bottled water company. It's called Canadian Springs now. I
Yeah.
know, I know JP Julian. He was running a pizza business and whatnot. So we did never thought that we would be real actors. Like to be an actor, I think you have to act and actually get paid to do
Yeah.
it. We were just kind of doing it for fun.
Yeah.
And then when we did the film Trailer Park Boys for the film festival here in Halifax, that's what got us started.
Yeah.
And suddenly we became actors. So we always liked the whole. I mean, I did some plays, in high school, or did sorry plays when I was in elementary, where you're Santa Claus. I mean, I guess I had a belly even back then, but
Yeah.
it's like my one of my good buddies. His name's Dave. He was in lighting and stuff in high school, and he worked the lights for plays. So we'd always go to the plays
Yeah.
and enjoy them. And now he went on to work for Cirque du Soleil and everything. So he's doing
Wow.
great. But it's just funny how things happen.
Yeah.
Like once that film festival movie got shown and it won an award that year. Once it got approved by Showcase to make 6 episodes, all of a sudden you're then learning all the film world. Like we didn't know anything about,
Yeah.
well, just action cut, speed, like we didn't know how to read the sides. We didn't know what anything meant.
Yeah, all the back end
And
stuff.
yeah, and it was just a learning curve. And I mean, those first few seasons, like, I think they were the best just because it was so new and it was so awesome. And it was like
Yeah.
guerrilla filmmaking,
Yeah.
I mean, I still had a full time job that I used all my vacation time to film Trailer Park Boys
Wow.
for the first like 4 years. So
Wow.
that's tough, on a family
Yeah.
situation, using all your vacation to go. But then the paycheck was pretty amazing. It wasn't all, when I look at the money now, it's like, what, but back then it was significant. It
Yes.
was like hitting a few bonuses at the old water company type thing. So,
Yeah.
so that was a good thing. I know that Rob ended up having to leave his job because he couldn't get enough time off.
Yeah. I couldn't get enough time off.
Like all the main actors would be in every day, where say Mr. Lahey and I, John Dunsworth and I, would only be in like 50% of the time, right? So, which is still a lot, but it's not every day. So
Yeah.
yeah. Rob had to. He asked for a leave of absence,
Did it?
but it just wasn't granted, because I think
Mhm.
he needed about 6 weeks off. And even though I think he was hitting his sales numbers and everything, and so, and for me, for years and years, it was lucky that I was hitting my targets,
Yeah.
because that allowed me to take some time off. Filming is a weird thing. It's We're outdoors as well,
It's a
so if
tricky
it's
business.
raining, yeah, if
Yeah,
it's raining,
that variable too, I'm sure throws a huge wrench into things constantly, especially where you're
oh,
filming. You guys aren't known for the sunniest weather all the time. You know what I mean?
no, it's called Sunnyvale, but
Yes.
it could have been Rainyvale a few times,
Yeah.
but yeah, we end up having to, and like the bonus is like the main actors are writers on the show, so
Yes.
they go in on a rainy day, they'll look through the scripts to see if any outdoor scenes could possibly be pulled indoors. And so, sometimes they have to rerun it and just take a look just to see, yeah, it's not too bad. I mean, variety is always good. It's great to be
I always
outdoors
love when
in
you start filming
Sunnyvale.
in the trailers and we get to see inside like the homes and stuff. Like it adds such a different dimension to the show, getting it almost gives you like a personal glimpse in the character's life even more. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So it's cool
yeah.
to see the different sets. So it sounds like you guys went through some of the struggles you faced early on was really the transition of, having 9 to 5 jobs and transitioning into more full-time actors.
That's
At
right.
what point did it really stick though, where you realized, okay, this is my new career?
Well, yeah, and I mean, some of us, like some of the folks were in the business. I mean, John Dunsworth, Mr. Lee, definitely full-time actor and a director and whatnot. Like he, in years ago, owned like a theater where they put on plays and stuff, and he had a casting company and things like that. Jonathan Torrens, who plays J Rock, another guy who's been in the business for years and years.
Super
You
funny.
know, but the most of us, like for me, it took like about 4 years, three seasons to come out, say, before until then I was needed too much, and I
Yeah.
had to make a decision to whether or not to stay with the full time job with a pension and a company car and expense account, or to leave to be the shirtless wonder. And yeah, it was a tough one. The
Yeah.
scales, you're weighing
The
up and
scales.
down, but then Randy weighed in,
Yeah.
because I was
The
eating a lot
belly,
of
man. The belly
burgers.
came into
Yeah, the
play.
bellies brought it in, and I did make the decision. So
Yeah.
that was scary, but it ended up that I didn't burn any bridges or anything with my old water company, and they hired me back after I was done filming as a consultant. So that
Wow.
was good. I came back and I helped train a national sales team.
Yeah,
So
man. Speaks volumes.
and then did that, and then went back and did more filming, because we always filmed like, say late June over the summers.
Mhm.
That's when it's nice enough around here to do
Yeah.
some filming and beautiful, beautiful around here then. So yeah, so it was the right decision. And then from there, it's, we had an agent reach out to us, and John Dunsworth and I, Mr. Lahey and I, and to do live shows.
Yeah.
So the boys were off doing their own live shows, but we weren't part of it at the time. So we went on the road and did the Mr. Lahey and Randy show at all
Yeah.
these Canadian colleges and university campuses, and some pubs and theaters and different things. So we went zigzagged across Canada many times, and
Yeah.
then eventually worked to the States. Once Netflix picked it up, we got so many American fans. It's
Yeah.
unbelievable, and it's really big along the border. Those
Mhm.
border towns are. We've
I think because we're so relatable to the show.
yeah,
I
and
grew up in a trailer
well,
park, you know.
right. Yeah, and I mean, it's also, what it's like, the cold of winter,
Yes.
these things. Now, I mean, we did do a Christmas episode. Well, it was filmed in October, so it was fake snow and from
Yeah.
hockey rinks and
I
stuff like
remember
that.
that episode.
Uh, but I'm glad we did really film in the winter, because of course Randy's allergic to shirts, right?
Yeah, no,
So
100%. You
yeah,
can't
yeah, that's give
can't
you a
do
little
it.
cold. I'll be high beaming all the way. Yeah,
So you
yeah.
you and you and John were actually must have been really good friends and traveling that much together and doing that many shows and having to bounce back energy constantly to keep it going, so
Yeah, we
you were
were excellent friends. Yeah, and I mean, like, to me, he was like an older brother, and a guy who always had my back. And
yeah.
you could it didn't matter what the circumstances were, he would always be on my side, or support me and things like that. I tried to support him the best I could, and
Yeah.
uh, but I mean, he was like, I learned from him. He was a free teacher,
Hmm.
and like a professor, and he was
Mentor.
always willing. Yeah, mentor. He's willing to share with anyone. He shared with all of us in the early days, and thank goodness for that. But I
Yeah.
mean, I wouldn't be able to do the Randy Cheeseburger picnic shows, the stand up, being in front of an audience, without his mentorship, like you said, his
Yeah.
tutoring. And back in the water company days, I get up in front of the company and do a little,
Yeah.
PowerPoint
Presentation.
presentation about we've
Different.
sold more water and more
Yeah.
cups and whatever. But not very funny stuff or anything. But it's, some people don't want to even get up in front of a crowd at
Yeah,
all. They
no.
don't like that type of attention, and I get it. But those things, he definitely helped me. I mean, now I can be out there in my underwear in front of a crowd, and I don't think about it. When we first
Yeah.
started, I would have been a little bit shy, but
Mhm.
now I don't give a frig. Right now, it's
So
just
that
whatever.
on-set and off-shirt chemistry was real from the jump, right?
That's right. That's right. Yeah.
Was it the same with the other guys? Did you have great chemistry with them kind of from the start?
Well, you see, we used to, JP, who's Julian, and Rob, who's Ricky, and I used to, we owned a little business, the pizza restaurant together, and we used to film little skits
Awesome.
on our day off, and we'd send those skits, those videotapes, over to Mike Clattenburg. Like, we were over on Prince Edward Island, a little province here. That's probably
Great
about
clams.
three hours. Yes, yes, great clams, oysters, mussels, lobster. But anyway, we'd send those tapes to Mike Clattenburg, and he'd watch them, and he'd be like, "Why are you guys, making pizza and doing stuff like that? You should be actors." And
Yeah.
like, it just didn't seem like you could ever really make money, or
Monetize it.
that you would
Yeah.
actually be accepted.
Mhm.
And then sure enough, we did get accepted. And I
You
mean,
guys are all
we're,
friends
we're we
and
were,
business
yeah,
partners.
yeah, that's right.
Running a pizza business, you're a family first. I think
That's
we need to
right.
remember that. You know what I mean? Running a pizza business, in particular food service industry, can be high stress environment. There's a lot of variables that come into play all the time. So if it's three kind of brothers, you know what I mean? I'm sure that environment kind of birthed, everything you guys are and do today.
It's true.
Still
it
ever
is
toss
stressful.
any
I
dough,
mean,
man? Or were you making the pizzas?
we made our dough from scratch. And I mean, like JP and Rob, they had the business going first. I joined a little later,
Yeah.
but they taught me how to make the pizza. And so, yeah, you can throw it in the air, and
Oh
spin
yeah.
it and all that. And,
I love it.
make like, it's, to this day, I still make homemade pizza,
Hell yeah.
and my kids and my wife say they like my pizza more than any pizzeria. So I don't know. I think I could still get
I
better,
love that.
but
I
yeah,
also run a
yeah.
pizza business and make pizza. I've been making pizza for 20 plus years. So
Oh, so
I've
good.
made over 10,000 pizzas, Pat.
Oh my goodness, that's a
Yeah.
lot. That's
A
a
lot of
lot of
pizzas, man.
pizzas.
I've been slinging them
Yeah.
and slinging them, and we're actually trying to get a frozen pizza line going. That's our goal right now.
Oh, nice. That's
Yeah, trying
great.
to
That's
move on
great.
up. So I love to
Perfect.
hear of a little bit of the origins, of everything. It's super cool because you're totally schooling me to some stuff. Now, what was the character development like though for Randy? When you first read the script and this character, how'd you feel?
Well, you see, I guess the idea was Randy was kind of like a nemesis or on the outs, like he might was friends with the boys when he was little, but then no longer in
Yeah.
life, right? But he still may want to be a little bit of their friends. But we had filmed some skits and some different things where I played that type of character. I wore a shirt and things like that. But the original Trailer Park Boys movie, the premise was for the film festival, the black and white movie was Julian and Ricky were pet assassins, and they would take care of these dogs or cats or animals that if you had a neighbor with a yippy dog, you asked him to shut the dog up and he wouldn't, you could pay Ricky and Julian, they would kill that dog. And they wanted to kill my dog because I let it poop on everyone's lawns and didn't clean it up. So I played a drunk baker in that one. But again, I was on the outs, and some other little skits that we would do, well, I know for sure Rob, who's Ricky, we get in fights and wrestling matches and different things like that. But Mike Clattenburg, the director, really, really guided me too with how Randy was supposed to be. So, Randy was always supposed to be kind of the nice guy, whereas he wouldn't. His big curse word is supposed to be frig,
Right.
right? So he's supposed to be more gentle, more caring, and a nice guy, right? So that was him. So, and I mean, in real life, Pat Roach is a nice guy. I'm a nice guy,
Yeah.
right? So, and I do like cheeseburgers. I mean, I started off working at Burger King in the beginning, then McDonald's, then
Yes.
went to Harvey's. JP's dad owned a Harvey's. That's a Canadian burger joint
I
here,
love
and yeah. So I've flipped. I've definitely flipped 10,000
it.
burgers,
Hell
buddy.
yeah, man.
100%
I still
sure.
prefer McDonald's over all of them though.
Yeah. Oh well, and I mean, there's some good burger
Yeah,
spots
they
down
are.
in America. I'm
There are.
telling you. Yeah, I like Whataburger, In-N-Out Burger.
Yes.
Five Guys is a great
Five
burger.
Guys is great. We have a
You
lot of
know.
Five Guys here in the Northeast. We don't have
Yeah.
In-N-Out, which sucks. Hopefully one
Oh
day
yeah.
they'll branch off and we'll have the chain here. But every time I get to go to Cali or sometimes I think Colorado, Carl Jr.'s and them
Oh
are
yeah.
spots and they do the animal style fries.
Yes. Yes.
So
But I
they
mean,
have the secret menu.
even Sonic and like all of them. I'm telling you, they're good. And yeah, they're
I love
definitely a
me a
good
good
place for
cheeseburger. You
Randy.
were in for a treat when you come to Providence, my brother, because Chomp Burger Bar is like the number one burger purveyor in the entire state of Rhode Island. They take
Okay.
extreme care and expertise for their burgers, and they're gonna treat us super extra special. And I'm sure we're gonna get to try some stuff, we don't even know or get to try before. But I'm a classic plain cheeseburger kind of guy, or I like to switch it up, maybe do a couple bits of bacon on there. How about you?
I like it. Yeah, I'm more a fan of a thinner burger
Me
than the
too.
big. Like I don't like it when you have to cut it and you can't get your mouth
Yes,
around it. And I do like the smash burgers seem to be really
that's the move.
coming around. I love that
Me
crispy
too.
patty on the outside, and on the inside it's soft. But again, yeah, cheese. I do like a little bit of grilled onion, maybe
Me too.
some pickle, mustard, ketchup.
Yeah,
That's about it.
same.
But I've never really been one of those, making. I mean, I'm sure it's good. I just haven't gone out and tried like the pineapple burger. I mean,
Yeah,
I
no.
love pineapple, but I
I'm
haven't
not
done that. Or
adventurous with my burgers.
yeah, like peanut butter and bacon. I don't know, I'm
No.
kind of the same with steak as well.
Yes.
Like there's steak, good steakhouses make these nice sauces. I'm always like, put that on the side, please,
Yeah,
because
exactly.
I want to taste the meat, and
Yeah.
I'll dip it in the sauce, taste it,
Yeah,
and
dip
if
it.
I like it,
That's the
sure, but
move.
I
That's the
don't.
move right there. We're talking to actually
Yeah,
the cheeseburger expert here, the cheeseburger walrus himself. You know what you're talking about.
that's
Where's your
yes.
favorite state that you've actually visited that had your favorite cheeseburger
Oh,
in
geez,
the USA?
that's a hard one, like. I mean, again, like I like going down. I'd say it's between for me on the road. We stop at In and Out or Whataburger. Like I
Those are
find
top two.
those two are
Never
just great.
disappoint.
They got a great thing going, and I guess it's because normally we're sort of in a rush and
Yeah,
we
yeah.
need to go faster. Like I do like a Five Guys, but you got to kind of wait in line,
Yeah,
do
can't
that, and
wait. They're always
whatever.
bumping over
Which
there.
Oh yeah, which is great, but it's just when you're go go go, sometimes you gotta
Yeah.
go. So
Now,
yeah,
what's
I'd
your
say.
go-to order every time you go?
Well, I mean, in the old days, I would have gotten like a double with some onion rings or some fries, and usually share them with friends. But now I'm getting older. I must
Yeah,
admit, I've switched down to a single.
yeah, single.
I don't necessarily always get the fries and the onion rings anymore. I might just get the burger and
Just the
just
burger.
try to just,
Better watch our
not
calories
be
now.
so crazy. Well, you have trouble breathing at night with all too much gut and boobs,
Yeah,
like you
yeah.
try. So those are the things. And when you get older, I don't know, maybe digestion slows,
No, it's
but
real.
yeah, yeah. And I mean, I love bacon and eggs. I love bacon, like or a clubhouse sandwich or something.
Oh
But
yeah,
I don't always put it on a burger though. Like, and
yeah,
I
yeah.
do like it, but I
A
like
good
it when it's a
cheeseburger
little
club.
crispy.
I like a good cheeseburger club.
Yeah,
That's a heater right there. That usually I'll do the turkey club, but
right,
if
right.
cheeseburger club, I love it. And I do
Oh,
like some
okay.
onion rings on my burger. That's a guilty pleasure.
Yeah.
I'm not a mac and cheese guy on my burger. I like my mac and cheese with my burger.
I gotcha. That's what I'm like.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah.
My burger's separate, man. You know what I mean? I want to
Separate the
ask you,
flavors.
what was your first experience like with cannabis?
Oh God, I would have been just a young fella. And you know what? I think my first experience, you just in like we call it high school here. And what do you call it? You call it
High school.
secondary or
We
high?
call it
It
high
is
school
high
too.
school, like
Yep.
middle school. Middle school is
Middle
like your
school, high
junior high,
school, elementary
right?
school, middle school, high school.
Okay, all right. So yeah, so high school. So anyway, so a late bloomer, but I tried it, and you know something? I don't think I actually. It was just weed, marijuana, and I coughed, and I don't think I actually got it in my lungs, and to hold it. So like I didn't. I thought I might have been high, but I wasn't high. And then so I think it took like two. It was either the second or third time, and it was like someone who actually had gotten high saying, "No, no, no, man, you got to do this." So yeah, it was good. And we laughed, but I mean, back in those days, like the weed we would get had seeds in it. You'd be
Oh yeah,
smoking. The boys would smoke a joint, and then all of a sudden it'd be like popcorn popping,
yeah.
and
You could
I don't
smell
even
it.
think. Yeah, it got you. I
Terrible
don't think it
smell.
even got you high. Like it was really tough to find,
Good stuff.
some good stuff. And the only thing we wanted to do would be stuff that kind of make you giddy and laugh.
Yeah,
So once in a while we'd find something like that,
yeah.
and then we'd have some good times.
Now
But now, of
on
course,
set, did you guys all smoke? Did you all like? Was that part of a creative process for the Trailer Park Boys show?
not filming. No, the that's all artificial
Yeah,
smoke,
yeah.
And I mean, one time a guy came and he was an actor, just coming in for the day, and he came. It was like 7, 8 o'clock in the morning, and he pulls out a joint of weed and lit it up and started smoking it. We were outside and we looked at him and we was like, "What are you doing?" He goes, "I'm getting high like you guys," and we said, "We're not high," and
Yeah,
he said, "Yes, you are." And we
that's
said, no,
hilarious.
no, we're not. We're just acting. We have to be here for 12 hours. Like,
Yeah,
we can't remember all our lines,
yeah,
or whatnot. Especially like the characters like Ricky or Mr. Lahey too. So So yeah, I don't. It was fake on the show. I mean, back in the early days, the cigarettes were all real too. But
Yeah,
then
yeah, everywhere.
people got into the herbal cigarettes and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's crazy. But now, I mean, marijuana is legal in Canada from coast to coast. So it's pretty wild. Like now, you got to be careful because
Yes.
now it's powerful, powerful. It's like holy
Yes.
cow. Okay, it's not like when I was that teenager, right? It's
Yeah,
it's
no, the,
now
the
it's
THC
potent.
percentages back then were probably maxed out at 6%. It was very low. You know what I mean? Nowadays, it just is off the charts. So I always say
Yeah.
tread carefully, you know what I mean? And just
Yes.
pay attention as a consumer, approach things respectfully and not overconfidently. You know what I
That's
mean?
right.
So now you're
100%.
getting ready to gear up for tour, man. Tell us a little
Yes.
bit more about the Cheeseburger Picnic Tour. Where are you guys going to be heading?
Well, we're heading down. I'd have to take a look at my tour poster. We're heading down to Pennsylvania and ending up like in Maine, Massachusetts. So it's we're starting. We fly down a day earlier. I fly out on the 30th of March and come back home on the 13th of April.
Yeah,
So I think it's 12 shows that we're doing,
awesome.
and it's a lot of fun. It's like a variety show. You get Randy, the shirtless wonder. I'm gonna have to get rid of this wintry beard here, but yeah, you get me, and you get some jokes from the show, of course, humor from the show. We have some contests,
I love
cheeseburger
that.
picnic style contests,
So you get
and games
interaction
and
going.
prizes.
Cool.
Yeah, I like
Can't wait.
having a big belly contest. You know,
You're
that's
gonna have
that's
some
that's
people show
always
out for
fun.
that.
Yeah, there's always some good bellies out there. So, and we have prizes for that. First, second, and third place type thing. And I've been coming up with some good trivia questions. I like to have a
Cool.
little trivia contest, a couples contest. But
Cool.
I bring my good old pal Shell, who he's in a band called the Polygesters out of
Shout out to Sheldon,
Carstairs,
man.
Alberta. Yeah, and Mr. Lahey and I, we met Shell when we were with our first agent. Him and his brother's band were with that agent. And they opened up for us at a few
Love it.
Lahey Randy shows, and he wrote a couple tunes that we would sing. And we still do those tunes. So he plays ukulele. So Shell's there to assist me and provide some
Awesome.
nice ukulele music. And we just have a good. It's never too early, too late. A cheeseburger picnic can be had anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, the world's a bit of a shitstorm, like it's people need to be brought up. We need comedy, we need music, right? We need the arts
I
because
agree.
it's like everyone's working so hard and everyone's tight on money and
Yes.
like holy shit,
How do you
groceries
lift
are
the
going
spirit
up.
of the world, right?
Well,
Lifting the
yeah,
spirit of the world is like arts is so important to that. Food is also so
yeah,
important to that.
right,
You know what I
yeah,
mean? And those
yeah,
things hand in hand, brother, is how you bring these smiling faces over and over again to all these shows. Because people have been talking about the Cheeseburger Picnic Tour around here in New England for years now. And I actually haven't had a
yeah.
chance to experience this. Would be my first one, April 9th at Alchemy in Providence, right?
That's right.
And then I'll actually see you in person April 7th, I think, on your day off on tour. We're going to be shooting a live segment for Carrying the Torch podcast. We're going to do a cheeseburger review, and we're going to prank call a bunch of people.
Ooh, sounds like fun.
When's the last time you prank called somebody?
Probably when I was like a teenager, I
Yeah,
would
well, we're
say.
gonna we're gonna have some
Yeah.
fun with it. It's gonna be great, man. What other projects you have coming up that you'd like to just shout out before we finish things up?
Well, last summer I was in a little indie film that I made in LA called Manhood.
Hmm?
And right now it's in the editing stages and it's going to be pushed out to festivals and such. And it's the young group of producers and Ash, who's the director, just a great group. The young actors who were in it too, they were fantastic. So it was a lot of fun to do. That was my first film that I've ever done outside of this organization,
Awesome.
and filming it in LA was pretty cool. The weather was nice. I did have an In-N-Out burger as soon as I got there.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it was nice to do a different character. It is a comedy. It's like a coming of age film for I guess Gen Z folks. So things have changed over the years, but I had a ton of fun doing it, and I look quite different. I do wear a shirt, but I'm not exactly sure when that's going to be ready. But that was
I love
a
that.
lot of fun
Congratulations.
to do something. Thank you. To do something new there was a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Also been doing the old Instagram world. My handle's at Pat Roach Official, and been doing everything from fishing to cooking to going exploring the outdoors. Just getting out, walking and getting outside, and you're just breathing that air. It's good for your mental health, good for your physical health as well. Helps you sleep at night. Like these are the things. Like so, people can get depressed, and I mean, even I get bummed out in the winter. It's so dark here and dreary and stuff. Like you got to do something to get yourself out of the funk,
I
and
agree.
just getting out like that. So yeah, so getting over a walk, going to see some live music, having some good food, like you said, some comedy.
Being around
Those are the
friends.
things that, yeah, those things you gotta try, but
Yeah,
it's like that's what I always tell folks, like some people aren't lucky. Like I'm lucky, I have a good friend group, but sometimes if someone moves to another town and they're working but they don't have the close friends, like, at least if you get outside, it's just hard to believe, that breathing some fresh air for an hour long walk, boy, that can really help you,
yeah, man. No,
so
I love your
yeah.
Instagram. It's blowing up. I think people gravitate towards you because you have this way about you to be able to breathe life into the things around you on a daily basis. And like you said, in today's world, it's hard to be around constant things that are taking from you. And it feels good to be around people who fill you back up. And being around Randy
Yep.
Bobandy, you fill me right back up, my brother. It's so good to reconnect with you.
Nice.
I'm looking forward to filling my belly up with you with some cheeseburgers in a week or so. Thank you to our sponsors, Aura Rhode Island, Cold Room Drip, Underground Culture, Pop Shop, and Grassroots California for making today's episode possible. Pat Roach, Randy Bobandy. I will see you in less than 10 days in Providence, Rhode Island for the Cheeseburger Picnic Tour.
Sounds great. Can't wait to see you in person, and I appreciate you having me. This has been great.
Likewise.
You're a great interviewer, sir.
Thank you. We're gonna have a good time together. We're gonna eat some awesome cheeseburgers, my friend, and I'm wishing you safe travels down here to the Northeast. Safe travels on the start of your tour. Make sure you don't eat too many cheeseburgers, and if you do, get those extra steps out in the sunshine because we're gonna need it. We're gonna be eating lots of cheeseburgers in Providence, man.
Sounds good to me. All right.
Much love, my
You
brother. I'll see you soon, all
have a
right?
good one.
You
All
too,
right.
man.
See you later.